So check it out.
Let's talk about Sora 2, the new image generation model created by OpenAI, because we are beyond cooked, and I want to talk about two things. But first, someone should go to jail for this, is my main point of this video. This is a body cam footage of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Captain, keep your hands on the wheel. You almost wiped out 3 cars back there. Put it in park now.
I'm sorry, officer. I just...
Don't move. Door's locked. Unlock it right now.
I can't get a ticket.
Hey, stop the car.
Now, I gotta be honest, the first time I saw this video, I was pretty amused. But the most shocking thing is just how much they got the voice, the whole character of SpongeBob SquarePants. They've obviously trained on a bunch of copyrighted data. Like, we're used
Oh, he's right. It's a copyright issue. You're taking the likeness of a character and you're using it in your own way, which contradicts what the character stands for, which is solely the franchise, brand, or corporation that owns the intellectual property. Someone needs to go to jail for sure. Because if it was mine, I'd be pretty pissed off. Unless I found it funny, and which in this case, I do find it funny. But I don't know.
to these companies spitting in the face of copyright, but usually they at least try to prevent you from generating this kind of material because of the potential legal liability of someone suing them for copyrighted content. There's been a ton of this body cam footage created about, you know, Pikachu. There's one of Rick and Morty. And, you know, one thing I want to point out is just, you know, yes, okay, people are going to say, yes, I can tell that it's AI generated. But again, more and more, you can't. More and more, it's getting closer to the real thing and is going to be replacing the actual copyrighted work's value. Like in this clip, someone generates the idea of Rick and Morty playing Elden Ring together, complete with voices, you know, all these kind of things. And it's passable.
No, dodge, you pixelated pretzel. Roll, you medieval idiot.
He's still swinging,
Thank you for
Rick.
the play-by-play. I can see the gigantic sword, Morty. Thank you for the play-by-play.
Oh my God, the health bar. Why
is it
does he have a second
Drink
phase?
I'm out of...
So look, you just have to be...
Yeah, realer words were never spoken. Why is there a second phase? As someone who plays Souls games and you think you finally beat the guy, and then they go into another phase, bro, that was the realest shit. Oh, I know everyone's not gonna understand that one. I get it. But for those who know, you know, for sure.
Beyond the curve of this and see how insane it is that OpenAI, number one, is just doesn't care at all about training on everyone's data, whether it's copyrighted or not, whether it's owned by the biggest IP holders or not. We're going to see the Goliath versus Kong battle of Disney versus OpenAI, I think. But think about how insulted you'd be if you painstakingly created these characters only to have people on Sora just be like, yeah, we're gonna just take that and let everyone generate whatever they want in your same style. It just seems so wrong to me. I mean, I know some people are like, look, copyright should die, whatever. I don't care about the artist. But the problem is that if we allow this, if we allow people to race to the bottom, there isn't going to be any economics for artists. Like, there aren't going to be artists. It's just going to be an endless feed of AI slop. And I think that's bad, and I think that's the world we're going to with Sam Altman. People are even joking about the fact that Sam Altman is just stealing stuff from other people, generating.
Oh, that was him from that wrestling video. I remember his face now. He was wrestling that. Okay, I haven't watched wrestling since the 90s, so I don't know who it was. Really the early 2000s. Whenever John Cena showed up, and he's not the reason I lost interest, but that's when I lost interest. Either way, that's who he was. I don't even know why I brought that up.
You know, a video of Sam Altman stealing from Studio Ghibli, which obviously that's the other. It seems like every time OpenAI gets in the news for their, you know, big image generation, video generation, it's mostly built around stealing from other people. Last time it was when all your friends created like Studio Ghibli versions of their profile picture. Now it's just a video version of that.
Oh, now I remember where I was going. So this guy is the reason why everyone's okay. So here's the thing about it. So OpenAI or whatever it is, Mr. Altman here is stealing everyone's content or intellectual property to power the Sora engine to do all this stuff that we're seeing. But my thing is how do you stop him? It's not the fact that the copyright exists or not. Like you still need to have still need to have some kind of mechanism that prevents it from happening. It's like sure, you can say all day don't break into somebody's car, but if there was no invention of the lock, people will still go in them. So we need some kind of locking mechanism that protects people's content. And I don't know what that is or what that looks like. It seems like copyright is just something that's there to deter you. It's not really a thing that protects any. Wait, a lock is a deterrent and the law is protection? I don't know how that works. But here, it seems like we're missing one important facet of the puzzle. Either we have protection, which is copyright, and we don't have the deterrent, which is some kind of locking mechanism to keep people from taking this stuff, or it's the inverse. I don't know which that is. Because copyright sounds like it should be serving as both, but it can't. It can't be serving. It can't serve as both.
And it's so cool. Everything is free. Okay, I'm taking these.
Boy, dumb it up. Bring those back.
Whoa, gotta go.
Stop. Give them back.
Nope, too late.
Of course, he's stealing, right?
That's what OpenAI is doing. They're just going, everybody's stuff, that's ours now. That's going to be for us. Now, this is the main guy at OpenAI. He's the head of Sora, at least. And he says Sora's #1 in the App Store. It's been epic to see what the collective creativity of humanity is capable of so far. You know, they're all happy that they're #1, but the collective creativity of mankind, mostly on my feed, is just other people's work put into body cam photos, or it's just Sam Altman stealing people's work as a meta commentary for what this app is. And, you know, I want to address that OpenAI has been trying something new. This is a breaking article from the Wall Street Journal where Sora is now asking copyright holders to opt out. In other words,
Isn't it kind of late for that? Because how do you make a learning model forget something that is learned? Because in my understanding, AI models they try to mimic the human brain as much as possible in terms of how they store information, how to categorize and things like that, to make access to certain pieces of information as fast as possible to other related pieces of information. Very, very, very surface level understanding of it, but that's how I understand it. So if somebody wants you to delete their work, assuming it's not all the same kind of art, it's going to be all over the place. How are you going to be able to delete it all? Can you even guarantee that? It sounds like it's something that they're offering to make people shut the f up because there's nothing they can do about it, and they're not going to do anything about it. We already got it. It's too late. Here, opt out. If it bothers you later on, after we made our millions and millions and millions of dollars, we'll break you off a little bit. But until then, leave us alone. We got stuff to do. We got art to ruin.
In other words, if you don't opt out, you're going to be automatically opted in to letting everyone use your stuff, which I don't know. It's so weird and dystopian that you have to go beg the AI companies from not just stealing all your market value by putting you in their slop content. It's just wild to me. Also, this only appears to be about the generated works, not the fact that they're going to train on your stuff and possibly make a very similar copy to what you have anyways. It's just that you're...
So they can use your stuff as reference. They're not helping with that. We're going to use your stuff as reference. You can't stop us there. But we won't make exact copies of your work. That is grimy. Because let's say you come up with some kind of new style. Like, who was it? Like Van Gogh, he had a cool style that made him popular, made him famous, whatever like that, back a long time ago. But his brushstrokes and whatever he was doing made him famous, made him unique. And then you want to steal the style. Like, sure, the art, you ain't going to steal the actual art, but you're going to steal the style. That kind of defeats the purpose. Because then, the style is all that matters. That's what makes it attractive. The art style is what's attractive. It's not necessarily what's being drawn. It's the style in which it's drawn. At least in my opinion, that's how I feel about it. So if you steal the style, and you make something new, it's going to be just as attractive as what the artist originally made. And you're not going to pay them for that because guess what? You can't copyright a style. I don't think. Can you copyright a style? Can you trademark a style? I don't know.
Your specific character might not...
These are questions that need to be answered. Hold on. I already know it's no, but let's find out. Can you copyright a style? Nope. No, you generally cannot copyright a style of art. Copyright protects a specific, tangible expression of an idea, not the abstract idea or style itself. So the AI model can 100% train on your style, steal it, and then do it more frequently, more efficiently, for profit. And you see no residuals of that. And it's going to have more connections than you do, because guess what? Everyone can just download it and ask it to do the thing it needs it to do. Dang, bro. Talk about strong arm. That's the epitome of strong arming somebody right there. Make sure I'm using that word right. We learn around here, man. We learn around here. Strong arm. Used or characterized by force or violence. They are facing, well, by force. Yeah. Using or characterized by force. Yes. The culprit shouted before being strong arm out of the door. Yes. Yes. I'm using it as intended.
I don't know. It just strikes me as so dystopian that all the value is accruing to like one guy who's stolen everyone else's stuff to generate slop videos with. It's just, I don't know if anyone else sees it that way. Here's Bob Ross's work getting, of course, repurposed. Somebody generated him painting a gorilla versus, 100 men.
We'll just tap in a few more little fellas down here at his feet. They're having a rough day, maybe a flash of a bayonet, a little splash of red. That gives the story some energy. Now, obviously, the gorilla would win. There's no question.
Let's just bring Bob Ross back from the grave. I wonder if he can opt out of appearing in Sora. Is that, even possible? And that brings me to other dead people being basically thrown into the real world. And as Sora...
Yeah, I was just talking about Tupac. That's insane.
And these video generation models in general get better at making people's voices sound realistic and getting their mouths to sync up. It is a real question of desecrating people's memory by just animating them to life and getting them to say things that they would have never said.
So now that we're back from the dead.
That's Amy Winehouse. Wow, I haven't seen her in so long. It actually feels good to see her, but it's weird to see her too. Does that make sense? It's weird.
Who should we go spook?
Diddy!
Honestly, I can see a bit of humor here, but it's just
Who should we
never said.
So now that we're back from the dead, who should we go spook?
Diddy!
Honestly, I can see a bit of humor here, but it's just overwhelmed for me by the dystopia that we're headed into. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the attitude of a lot of these pro AI guys. Why do you need artists? Why do you need, anyone else? You can just generate your own stuff. I don't know. I think this is going to be probably divisive among the people who just could care less about artists losing their job or losing their livelihood and just want the slop, and people who kind of see how dystopian this stuff is going to get. But yeah, I think basically the only thing standing between OpenAI right now and basically taking over is going to be lawyers. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is not just about copyrighted content. It's just about the world we're headed into anyways. One thing that Sora claims is that, their app is good because they're always going to notify you that they're AI generated with this little Sora icon.
Facts.
Today, people figured out how to remove this icon, meaning you just upload it to any app and have people believe it. And, some people are going to say, oh, no one's going to fall for this stuff, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, exhibit number 1. Here's Joe Rogan falling for some AI, slop.
Did you see where he had a "fuck Trump" shirt on?
Yeah.
And he's dancing and going down an elevator? Have you seen this video?
I haven't seen. Please play it. Is that really this
Yes?
him?
No, it's not real.
It's real.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
AI generated.
No, it's real.
No, look.
What if this is AI generated, about something being AI generated? It could be what's it called? A rabbit hole?
You can tell it's not real.
I would love it. It's real.
It's not real.
Yeah, that's, by the way, is kind of the answer that people get when they find out stuff is AI generated. They go, but I love it. That's real, right? That's got to be real. I want it to be real. That is pretty much the response. So Joe Rogan, and look, I don't care about the politics of it, but Joe Rogan starts making fun of this guy for an AI generated video of him when told it's wrong, he's just like, but I like it. But it fits with what I believe about the world already.
I fell for it too. And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something
But that's his
dumb.
essence.
And there it is. I believed it because I already thought it. Yeah.
So if you believe I'm a dirtbag and you use this application to create a narrative that I'm a dirtbag, and people already think that, they're going to believe whatever you make or whatever you have me doing in your creation. People are going to believe it because they already have that preconceived notion that I'm a dirtbag. I feel like the lesson here is to just not be a dirtbag. That's the lesson here.
Yeah, so we are so cooked. I mean, from an artist standpoint of just no copyright not mattering anymore unless, these lawsuits go through, which already a few of them have started, but obviously OpenAI is ratcheting up the stakes here, allowing people to fully copyright infringe on other people's IP. But in addition to that, we are just going to be in a post-truth society overall. I mean, nobody is going to be able to believe anything anymore, given the fact you are starting to be able to generate realistic videos where people's voices are being copied. People are realistically lit. It's a real problem. And I at least hope people are going to put up some fight against it.
I don't think there's anything you can really do.
It's just like, but
I don't think there's anything you can really do about this. What can you possibly do about this? You can't opt out for real. And when you take a stand and not use something, somebody else is, because guess what? It's going to generate income for them. So the more people who take advantage of this and they post all this content and they monetize it, they don't owe nobody. They're just gonna take the money, and guess what? The person's style who helped them make the money is not gonna get any of it. It's just you're not gonna. What makes it great is that for Sora, what makes it great for Sora is that they're able to use recognizable content to attract people to look at their model, like SpongeBob and Scooby-Doo and things like that. If it wasn't for that, you probably wouldn't even really care. I wouldn't know what Sora is if it wasn't for the fact that I saw that SpongeBob clip. So it's things like that that's making them more popular. So they're going to take the L in the beginning to be the source for this kind of content in the future. They want to be the source of this kind of content. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to infringe on many people's intellectual property. The more intellectual property you infringe on that people love, the more they're going to associate it with your name, because that's where it's happening at. So that makes them more popular. They're already number one. It's only been a few days, and they're going to stay number one. They're going to stay number one. Why would you give up your market share? Because people are sad about using their style and their content. If you're really about winning in business, you're unethical in a lot of ways. I'm not saying you're completely unethical, but you're unethical in a lot of ways. And this will be an ethical way to be unethical to help your business win. And unfortunately, that's just where we are. And there is no going back, because what you're not willing to do, somebody else is.